Covidence. When you first log in, you will want to import your references. Click Import. And for this demo, the import has been disabled, but you will be able to import your references either in RIS or XML. Once your references are imported, you'll want to begin your title and abstract screening. Here, my teammate has done their abstract screening. There's one conflict, and there's 86 for me to screen. If you click on Team Settings here, you'll see everybody on your team. You'll see that Julian has screened 87, and I have only screened 1. So everybody can do everything, and if you don't want that, if you have team members that you do not want screening or to manage conflicts, manage rules. Let's say I only want to be the only person to resolve conflicts because I'm the lead author. So I'm going to click Add, but then anybody can screen, anybody on my team can screen, but I'm the only one that can decide final decision whether or not a title or abstract is going to be included in my study. So we have team settings, we have the ability to review settings, and here we have the title. Our research strategy here would be our research question. Our review criteria should go in here, but for now I have it blank. The date of the last search. So the last time I searched was 7/1. Let's see, what's today's date? 2020. I want 2 reviewers to screen each article, and I also want 2 reviewers to screen each full text review. So I'm going to click Save. Now I can add or remove reviewers. This is the owner, so I can't review her, but I can remove myself or I can invite another reviewer to join. On our team settings, I just showed you, we have full text screening, we have our votes, our conflicts, and there's one article with no votes. Here I can manage the rules again, and I see everybody can do everything. And again, I want to be the only one who can resolve conflicts because I'm the lead author. And also for extraction, same thing. I want everybody to do everything except for resolving conflicts. That's me. So one more thing, we have criteria and exclusion reasons. So here we have inclusion and exclusion. Here we want everything that we want to be included. This will pop up when we start screening, and these are things we want excluded. Say we only want human studies, so I'm going to eliminate primate, mouse, rat, mice plural. I also, if we're looking at humans, I don't want children, I just want adults. So we're going to put adults over here, humans, and that should be good. Let's save our criteria. And then study tags. So we can add study tags, we can special things like I don't need a waiting classification or ongoing study, but if I wanted to add another classification like clinical trial, I can put that in here. All right, we are all done with our settings. Let's go back. So let's see, I can screen or I can resolve conflicts. Let's resolve a conflict. So this is when one votes yes and one votes no, and it is up to me as the reviewer to resolve the conflict of whether this article fits in with our criteria. So I do want to add highlights. So we have our inclusion and exclusion, but what about our highlights to make our review easier? So we're going to go to Manage Highlights down here, and it pops open this new box. Inclusion, we're going to go adult, so that will be highlighted in green. Exclusion, we're going to have mouse, and let's see, children, and primate, and click Done. So now when we go back, we will see if any of those are highlighted. And so neither of those are highlighted. It's neither yes or no. And I can tell by this, we're going to say it is included because, oh, it's rats. So we didn't have that as a criteria or a highlight. So I should add that. I'm going to click no, and that resolves the conflict. So I'm going to go back to our title and abstract screening, and we have no more conflicts, but I have a long way to go. 86 only have one vote. They need 2 votes to proceed to the full text screening. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to click show highlights to see if there are any highlights here. And there aren't because I didn't enter the right keywords. But this is about babies, and we didn't want anything with children, so we're going to click no. This is just the title and abstract. This one doesn't have an abstract or a title, and you can't see what it is, so you might have to go look it up through your library website. But I'm going to click maybe for now, and that'll kick it out. So this is for breech positions, and that is one of our things that we want with our research question to include. So we want to look at breech births, and I'm just going to read through to see if this was something we want to include, and I'm going to click yes. And you're going to continue doing this. This is also another thing for a breech position, so we're going to click yes. So we're going to go down, we're going to click yes, no, or maybe through all of them. And when we are done, it'll go to full text screening. You see, after I resolve those I screened those articles, there's 3 conflicts. So you have to go back to resolve those conflicts. And I said, oh, well, maybe, you know what, this isn't the article I thought it was, so I'm going to decide no. And this is for pain management. And you know what, that doesn't fit with my research question, so I'm going to click no. And this is for breech position, so I'm going to click yes. And that is how you resolve conflicts. So we're going to go back to our title and abstract screening, and we have 82 left. But the 27 that are done go down to the full text screening. So here my co-author had done 4. There's 1 vote, there's no conflicts, and then there's some more with no votes. So we're going to click continue for the full text screening after we have contributed all of our title and abstract screening. And this one, you can see you can add abstract IDs, and this one has adults. So we want to include this one, adults. But just to make sure, we want to include our full text screening. And I clicked on the article in my downloads for the PDF, and it's going to upload the PDF so every reviewer will be able to see the same PDF. I click finished. And now I can view the full text, and it pops up right here. I just click this. It'll open a new window with the PDF, and all the reviewers will be able to read the same article. And then you can go through, read the full article to see if it's something that meets your research question. And because I've read this article before, I know that this is going to be included. So I'm going to include. So this one, I know I'm going to exclude because it has breech position. I need to add the full text, so I'm going to click the DOI. It'll open a new window, and the article will come up. So we can see this article right here. If you have your library permissions, you can view the article, view it as a PDF, and you can save this PDF. Actually, we don't have access, but you can save the PDF and add the full text right here. This one we're going to exclude, and we're going to have to choose a reason. So it could be a study design problem, the wrong setting. This was outside of the US, so our research question might be limited to the US and Canada only, or it might be the wrong route of administration. It might be IV administration instead of oral administration. It might have the wrong patient population. It might have children, the wrong outcomes. It does have breech position, so we're going to include it for breech position, but maybe it's the wrong population. So we're going to click that and click confirm. So then when we go to our Prisma on the home screen, go to Prisma, and you can see there are 0 duplicates. We screened out in the title and abstract 17 studies. We included 4 full text studies for eligibility, and we excluded 1 study. So if we want to export the data, it just says 1 study excluded, and here's all of our data put in our Prisma diagram for our systematic review. So let's go back, and you see your full text. Now we have 1 conflict and 4 left to screen. So we're going to resolve this conflict that we have. And it is the one, see, I said this is the one with the breech position. I said it was the wrong population. My other reviewer says it was the wrong study design. I believe it's because it's the wrong population. We are both going to exclude it, but we disagreed on the reason. So I'm going to click wrong population, and we're going to click save. Now we're going to see what is awaiting another reviewer. So this is about pre-hospital rapid sequence intubation for patients with severe traumatic brain injury. That's not in our research question. So we're going to exclude it because it has the wrong outcome. We are not interested in severe traumatic brain injury. We're going to confirm. And that'll bring it to an excluded references. And you can see that is excluded and for the reason. So this one was excluded for the wrong patient population, number 6, by Cardini. And this is just a quality check to see what we excluded and the reason why. So we're going to go back to screen our references, and we're going to finish screening our references until they're all done. So I'm going to exclude this because it was the wrong study design. So I'm going to hit confirm. This one was a randomized control trial. That is great. We are going to include. Now, ideally, you're supposed to read the full text, but for the sake of this demo, I'm just doing the quick version. And we can also add notes, say PDF awaiting library approval in case you don't have access. And so your other reviewers know that you tried to get the PDF, and it makes a note for the date that you said that. So everybody can see that. And in case you made a mistake and this isn't supposed to be included in the full text review, we can move it back to the study screen. Now, after you finish the title and abstract screening, the full text screening, you go into extraction. Now, we'll leave that for another review, another video for another time, but these are the levels that you go through to do a systematic review in Covidence. And at any point in time you want to export, you click the stage you want to export, say, I just want the included studies, and I want it in EndNote so I can see it. And then you can export it into one sheet or into one study per sheet in a CSV file. And it's going to say, please wait while your download is preparing. So you can see, here you go, here it is. Here's your recent export, your extracted data, your data extraction, and we're going to hit download to get it into our computer and off of Covidence. And here it's going to open Excel. And here you have the study identifier, the intervention. This is for the data extraction. So once you have studies, it'll fit in here, the author's name, all of that. But we will save that for another video. And that is the basics of getting started with Covidence and screening for your systematic review. I hope you found this video informative.